Now.
Good evening and welcome to Newswatch 12 at 10. I'm Dan Hagan. The Wausau Police Department is set to hire a new officer whose job is to help the local homeless population. City Council approved the hiring. Police Chief Ben Bliven said he does not believe in criminalizing homelessness. He wants to connect unhoused people with resources to improve their well-being. The community outreach specialist will work to build trust and rapport with locals. Ultimately, the end goal is to end homelessness in Wausau. Summer is a time to get out and enjoy all the Northwoods has to offer, but it's important to be aware of a potentially dangerous bug. Ticks are out in northern Wisconsin and will stay around until early winter. Newswatch 12's Michael Lodholtz went to a Woodruff Tick-Borne Illness Center and has more.
The month of May is winding down, but tick season is just getting started. For many people, the Northwoods is a great place to explore nature, and that means heading out into the woods.
Tick bites are very prevalent in the northern region of Wisconsin and even the entire state.
Tick season runs May through November, but they are around most of the year. There are measures everyone can do to avoid getting bit. Ashley Johnson suggests to take precautions when out in the woods. That includes putting on bug spray, layering up, and tucking your pants into your socks.
Another option is also to throw your clothes in the dryer for 20 minutes on high heat, and that will kill any small ticks that are crawling on your clothes.
If a tick does bite you, it is important to remember that northern Wisconsin is considered a Lyme endemic region, which means a high percentage of the deer ticks carry Lyme disease. The Aspirus Tick-Borne Illness Center says potential signs of Lyme disease are a red circle forming around the bite, joint pain, headaches, fatigue, neck stiffness, tingling, and numbness.
You really want to catch it early, otherwise it can potentially lead to long-term issues and sometimes lifetime issues.
Ticks can sometimes be difficult to spot, ranging in sizes as small as a grain of black pepper. Even if you are tick-free after a thorough check, there are other ways for ticks to enter your home, including on your pets.
You also want to make sure that you treat your dogs or your pets so that they don't carry ticks into the home, especially if they're sleeping in your bed with you or on your couches.
The treatment for Lyme disease is an antibiotic. With early identification and proper consultation from your provider, tick-borne illnesses shouldn't slow you down this summer. In the Northwoods, Michael Lodholtz for Newswatch 12.
Meteorologist Conrad Sapinski joins us now. Conrad, a summer-like day across northern Wisconsin.
Yes, indeed it was. It was once again a beautiful day out there today. Really warm temperatures all across the state. None of us missed out on those 70s and 80s, even close to 90 degrees by Green Bay. And it was really a nice day out there. A record high temperature, check that out, close to 100 degrees in 1934. Luckily, none of those crazy temperatures like that out here today, but still looking real nice out there, above average, as our average high this time of year is supposed to be around 72 degrees with an average low of around 46 degrees. So now, too good to be true, we ride that roller coaster down, and temperatures tomorrow will be in the mid-60s, and we will continue to be on the cooler end. At least we had a good amount of sunshine out there today with mostly clear skies out there for tonight, and temperatures will continue to drop into the mid-40s. Dan?
Paul Bunyan's in Minocqua is more than a restaurant. It's been a landmark since 1961, but for the third straight summer, Paul Bunyan's will be closed. That's according to the other newer Paul Bunyan's location down in Wisconsin Dells. The Dells Paul Bunyan's was getting so many calls about the Minocqua location that they posted on Facebook that the original Minocqua location will not be open for the summer. They did not provide a reason why. The two Paul Bunyan's are operated separately. The Dells location is open for the summer season and serving up the famous lumberjack breakfast. International students are returning to Wisconsin Dells in full force. More than just to study, they're here to work, and employers are thanking them for it. NBC 15's Michelle Bake joins us now.
At the Tommy Bartlett Exploratory.
Keep going, keep going.
Joshua Ranger helps visitors take off.
Halfway there.
On their summertime adventure. To get here, Joshua had to do some taking off of his own.
I am from Jamaica. I wanted to come to the U.S. and work to help financially, for school.
To support his civil engineering degree, Joshua became one of about 4,000 J-1 visa holders in the Dells for the season.
It's wonderful to be at full employment.
That number is according to Tom Deal, Joshua's boss and co-owner of Tommy Bartlett Incorporated. Over the years, he's held various roles for statewide tourism, and through the pandemic, he's seen a labor shortage affect the Dells.
Luckily, we're getting out of it. If we can't provide the quality of service to our customers, then we suffer as an area.
Now, he says J-1 students have brought their quality service back, as even for them, coronavirus had cut back their numbers.
Now that it's 2022, the embassies are all open and we can attract the kids that want to come.
Are you going to pedal backwards?
Joshua will be here until Labor Day, and in the meantime, he'll be busy.
Everywhere you go, you'll probably find a J1 student here. We're helping out a lot, to be honest.
He's even got a second job to get to.
Students across Minnesota walked out of class today to protest gun violence. The nonprofit group Minnesota Teen Activists organized the walkout. They wanted to honor the victims of gun violence in the wake of the Texas elementary school shooting. The group has written a list of demands, including establishing a statewide advisory committee to address school safety and focus on prevention rather than active shooter drills.
Here today, you see young people walking out of class not to defy their teachers, but to stand up for their own rights, to say that our lives matter, we have hopes and dreams, we deserve to live.
They also want a mental health assessment for students, accountability from public officials, and a ban on AR-15 rifles. Minneapolis Public Schools says it didn't sanction the event, but it has echoed the students' call to end gun violence. Now to Uvalde, Texas, where 1 week ago a mass shooting left 21 people dead. Today, funerals began for the victims. Many in the community came by to pay their respects.
When that casket closes and that they lower it down, for me, it's the realization that you won't be able to touch them again. One more hug, one more kiss, one more goodbye.
Mass shootings have not stopped after Uvalde. 9 people were killed and around 70 were injured in multiple mass shootings over Memorial Day weekend. In the wake of this, President Joe Biden says he plans a meeting with members of Congress soon to try and help lawmakers find common ground on the possibility of gun reform laws. One of the more vocal proponents of gun reform has been Connecticut Senator Chris Murphy. He's been leading bipartisan talks after a decade ago having the Sandy Hook shooting in his home state. Dominic Moody has more.
No parent should ever have to live this pain.
Mark Barden is familiar with losing a child to gun violence. His 7-year-old son Daniel was one of the 20 students murdered at Sandy Hook Elementary in 2012. He co-founded the Sandy Hook Promise and stood with Senators Richard Blumenthal and Chris Murphy. All shared their emotion and desire to see steps taken to protect our schools from future gun violence and to bolster gun laws in the country.
We cannot allow ourselves to become numb to what is happening in this nation.
The push coming 7 days after 19 children and 2 teachers were killed at a Texas elementary school.
What are we choosing to protect? Are we choosing this? Is this what we want to protect? Or are we going to do our jobs and protect our children?
Senators Murphy and Blumenthal saying negotiations have already started with their Republican colleagues in Congress. Many of those conversations revolving around gun storage, universal background checks, and widespread red flag laws, which would halt guns from being sold or owned to individuals who may be deemed to pose a threat to themselves or others.
We have to accept that it is during these moments that the opportunity for change is the most acute.
We can take that step, which could well lead to other steps, because once we open the door to action, others may follow.
State leaders say these talks are just the beginning. At the same time, gun violence prevention supporters want to see immediate action to ensure school safety and the elimination of mass shootings.
Parents are sick of it. People that live in Hartford are sick of people dying. And I'm quite sure people are tired of people dying all across America.
If the Protecting Our Kids Act passes the House of Representatives, it would head to the Senate with 50 Democrats on board. It would need 10 Republican votes to pass. The Northwoods is known for its access to the outdoors, and a lot of that is through the hard work of local organizations. Coming up, we'll hear about some money heading their way. That's After Weather with Conrad right here on Newswatch 12.
When you need a paint to fit your lifestyle, Menards has got you covered. From protecting against this, or covering this, to refinishing this, we have a paint for you. You also need it in this color, or even this color. We can do that. Stop in and talk to one of our paint professionals to make your colors come to life. Pick up a gallon of Pittsburgh Grand Distinction exterior flat paint for only $34.97 after sale price and 11% rebate.
Summer's here, and it's time to refresh your space, indoor or out. Get an incredible 25% off Slumberland low prices during our huge memorial sale at Slumberland. Explore our comfortable living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, patio, and more. Pay no interest for 5 years and get free doorstep shipping. Are you sleeping in pain but dread mattress shopping? Come to Slumberland, where each bed is rated for back support and softness. It takes all the guesswork out of finding your perfect bed.
Carpet City.
Come to Carpet City Flooring Center's grand opening sale and receive massive savings along with free carpet installation. Take advantage of grand opening savings at the brand new Eagle River store and all existing locations. Come see why builders and designers only choose Carpet City Flooring Center for their flooring needs. And receive huge savings at the Carpet City Flooring Center grand opening sale.
Our prices will floor you.
Need a new boat or outboard? Then it's time to trade and upgrade with American Marine and Motorsports and Suzuki Outboards, because we need your old boat. We need to buy fishing boats, pontoons, and speedboats. So trade in your old one and upgrade into a new boat today. Come check out more boats and pontoons in stock than anywhere else in Wisconsin. Or we can help get you top dollar by selling your old boat on consignment. It's time to trade and upgrade with Suzuki Outboards and American Marine and Motorsports Shawano.
We had a good amount of clouds out there with a couple showers this morning, but then we cleared up and a lot of sunshine out there with really warm temperatures, and barely any cloud cover will be continuing into tonight. But more clouds and chances of rain arrive by Thursday, but the greater chances arrive by Saturday into Sunday, especially south of Rhinelander and Wausau area, where the big winners is going to be south Wisconsin and northern part of Illinois. Lots of rain out there this weekend, but temperatures, yes, really nice looking day out there today because of all of those warm temperatures in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Even in Washington, D.C., they had a whopping 92 degrees out there. But those temperatures will not be lasting long. So hopefully you guys enjoyed those 70s and 80s all across the state today, with even Green Bay coming close to 90 degrees. But we had 80 degrees here in Rhinelander as well as in Eagle River, and a little bit cooler on the western side of the state where the cold front started to roll on in. But humidity-wise, yeah, it was a little bit on the humid side the last couple of days. So it was sunny and really warm out there, but it did feel a little bit humid. But now, more on the comfy side as those temperatures really dropped out there, and that humidity is just pretty much lingering here on the eastern side of the state, closer to Green Bay area. But here now in Rhinelander, we are in a comfortable zone because of those temperatures that are really dropping out there. So a cold front starting to move in. Check out those 50s on the western side by Hayward, and now 60s here in Rhinelander, and even a couple 70s closer to Iron Mountain. But those temperatures will continue to be on the cooler end, so well below average temperatures will be continuing the rest of the week and even into beginning of next week. So mostly mid to upper 60s out there, and our average is supposed to be around 72 degrees. But another topic to talk about is those winds out there. We had some really gusty winds, with Rhinelander coming in at the big winner with a 53-mile-per-hour wind gust. So it was really windy out there earlier today, but now luckily the winds are dissipating out there, and just a couple of gustier spots by Anago and Rhinelander. But don't worry, those winds will continue to dissipate, especially by the evening hours tomorrow. But tonight, will really cool off out there into the mid-40s with partly cloudy skies, and it will be on the breezy side. But our 7-day outlook, brought to you by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress, does show those cooler temperatures sticking around into beginning of next week. Dan?
The price of oil is increasing around the globe. This comes after the European Union reached a deal to ban 90% of its Russian oil imports by the end of the year. Europe is the biggest buyer of Russian energy, and now it needs to come up with an alternative. Experts predict this will cause gas prices in the U.S. to inch higher. According to AAA, the national price for regular gas was $4.62 a gallon today. That's up 52% from a year ago. Several national retailers say the low supply of baby formula is unchanged. At CVS, the shortage is still making it hard to keep formula products on shelves. A company spokesperson says CVS is keeping its 3-product purchase limit in place as suppliers continue to struggle. The head of Geisler's Supermarkets, a small Connecticut chain, says it could be months before there is any change to the supply on store shelves. Geisler's hasn't gotten any product from the Operation Fly formula shipments that arrived in the U.S. about a week ago. The Let's Minocqua Chamber of Commerce awarded $20,000 to area organizations to fund more tourism and development in the Lakeland area. Chamber Executive Director Crystal Westfall says 4 organizations were chosen out of many applicants. She's hoping the money will jumpstart more fundraising.
So I'm hoping that they're going to get out there and try and use this as a match potentially as well to raise some more funding, because these organizations are doing amazing things.
The $20,000 came from room taxes generated by vacationers visiting the area and staying at hotels or motels. The chamber awarded the money to the Cross Country Cruisers, Lakeland Area Mountain Bike Organization, Minocqua Forest Riders, and Minocqua Winter Park. For local high school sports, right now it's win or go home. Coming up on Newswatch 12, Griffin Stroin will tell you whose season is over and whose is still going strong.
This summer, prime rib is the star. Bite into the new Primal Angus Thick Burger at Hardee's. See Jurassic World Dominion in theaters June 10th.
The increasing cost of inflation is impacting people and families here in central Wisconsin.
The D.C. liberal spending has triggered historic inflation. Senator Ron Johnson is holding the line.
Retirees on a fixed income, the working poor, those are exactly the people that are hurt most by inflation. Inflation is a tax on everybody.
Johnson voted against the reckless spending, and he's fighting to cut the waste in Washington. Tell Senator Johnson, keep fighting to stop the spending that hits us with the inflation tax.
The great experiences you have in here, even out here, all started here. Because the best customer experience always leaves a great impression. GMC, awarded #1 in sales satisfaction by J.D. Power.
Visit your North Central Wisconsin GMC dealer.
Looking to add warmth to your home with a new gas, wood, pellet, or electric unit? Look no further than Trapper's Fireplace Gallery in Eagle River, carrying the best selection from Heat and Glow, Quadrifire, Simplifier, and Vermont castings. From complete installs to service to maintenance, we have you covered. From the Dahlquist family you've trusted for over 50 years, visit their showroom, Trapper's Fireplace Gallery in downtown Eagle River. Welcome to the family.
Traffic is horrible. Great. Time for another one of these.
Bite into the new Primal Burrito or Biscuit with prime rib at Hardee's. See Jurassic World Dominion in theaters June 10th.
Coming up on your Wednesday, our Chamber Check-In series returns when we will talk to the Three Lakes Chamber of Commerce.
All right, temperatures getting comfortable with what that will be in the 60s for the next few days. So when can we possibly see 70s? Morning tune in.
Sports Watch 12 with Griffin Stroing starts now.
We had a few local softball teams competing today in the sectional semifinals. Only 2 wins away from a potential state tournament berth. Newman Catholic was on the road taking on the Edgar Wildcats in this one. In the first inning, Edgar, their pitcher, is putting in some work. That's one That's 2, and let's make it 3 strikeouts. Striking out the side to end that part of the inning. Then to the bottom half, fielding mistakes are going to kill the Cardinals. That ball gets past the second baseman, and it's going to cost them at least 1 run, because then this throw goes above the infielder's head. The runner will score. It'll make it 1-0. Then to the top of the second, it's more of the same. 1, 2, and 3. They're going to strike out the side in 2 straight innings. Edgar wins this game 7-0. The Wildcats will be facing off against Sevastopol in the sectional final after they beat Leona Wabino in a classic game. Rebels would lose in the 10th inning, the final score 6-5. Then in New London, Medford season comes to an end. Can't get anything going on offense. They fall 2-0. Now moving to regional baseball action. Athens hosting Rib Lake in this one. We're jumping to the 3rd inning. Runner on 3rd for Rib Lake. This pop fly is going to get the job done. The runner's going to tag and increase their lead to 3. The Blue Jays had a chance to score in the bottom half with the bases loaded, but that grounder goes to the first baseman, and that will end the threat. To the top of the 4th, this baseball is absolutely killed to right field, and it's going deep and over the right fielder's head for a double. And then the very next batter's going to single here into center field. The runner scores easily. Rib Lake wins this game 5-0. They'll take on Thorpe next. Some more regional baseball scores. Mosinee dominates GNC foe Rhinelander, winning 11-1. They'll get to host Medford in the next round. The Raiders beat up on Anago today, 14-4 through 5 innings. These 2 teams split their 2 regular season matchups, so tomorrow will be the rubber match. Wasn't able to make it to any boys golf sectional finals, but I do have the results. The top 2 teams from each sectional qualified for states, and we have 4 local teams that will be competing next week in the state golf championships. Anago, Lakeland Union, Leona Wabino, and Marathon are the teams that qualified. The 3 on your left finished in 2nd in their respected sectionals. Marathon won their sectional with a final score of 350 to punch their ticket. The state championships will be played next Monday and Tuesday at Black Wolf Run in Kohler, Wisconsin. At 32-18, the Brewers are off to their best 50-game start in franchise history. That's what you love to see if you are a Milwaukee fan. The Crew are still in Chicago taking on the Cubs. We're going to jump to the 3rd inning of this one. Bases are loaded for Tyrone Taylor, and this guy's hotter than hot right now. This ball crushed into right field. It's going to go all the way to the wall, and everyone is coming in to score. A bases clearing double for Taylor, and the Brewers take an early lead, but the Cubs battled all game long. Tied at 3 now in the 6th, 2 runners on for Victor Carantini. He gets a hold of this one, and that baby is gone. His 2nd homer in 2 days gives Milwaukee the lead. Chicago, though, they're rallying. This game's actually still going on. It's currently tied at 7 apiece. We are less than 100 days until NFL football. I get that's still a long time, but I promise you it will fly by, especially with the summer gearing up. Today, some Packers were back in Green Bay. The 2nd session of voluntary organized team activities took place. We saw some new faces, including Russell Douglas, but there were still a lot of Packers not in Titletown, including Aaron Rodgers, Jair Alexander, and Rashawn Gary. Head coach Matt LaFleur wishes that everybody was in attendance, but understands that the standards are different now.
Some of the thought process may have changed over what's transpired over the last 2 years, especially with our COVID situation where, we didn't have OTAs. Obviously now, with everybody being open, and you'd like to see as many guys as possible here.
Nobody should panic, though, about Rodgers and the other Packers not showing up. That includes you, Dan. But, we can start to panic if they don't show up for mandatory minicamp, which begins next Tuesday.
I'll take your advice, Griffin. Thank you. Coming up on Newswatch 12 at 10, we'll head to a brand new brewery in St. Germain. We'll be right back.
Mel's Trading Post, a downtown Rhinelander landmark locally owned for over 70 years. Get your spring and summer sporting goods with ease from our experienced staff and get expert advice. Come down and see our great selection, open 7 days a week for your convenience.
We try to make people happy through desserts here. It's the thing I love about this bakery, but it almost didn't happen. The small business grant from Governor Evers was vital. We were able to expand in the middle of a pandemic, from a staff of 3 to 18 people. The governor's small business grant was incredibly helpful. Tony Evers is doing the right thing for small businesses like my bakery and for so many others across Wisconsin.
Hi, I'm Scott,
I'm Allie.
and this is our family from Shoulders RV and Marine. If this year's taught us anything, we believe it's taught us we need to get back to the good old days of enjoying the outdoors, camping, boating, and buying from small businesses. Here at Shoulders RV and Marine, we happen to check all of those boxes. Next time you're in the market for a dock or lift, boat, camper, power sports, or nearly anything outdoors, sales, rentals, parts, or service,
We'd love you to think of us.
Shoulders RV and Marine, across from Menards, Rhinelander.
Summer is about having fun, not worrying about your old, outdated dock. Portadoc's corrosion-resistant roll-in or post-dock aluminum dock systems offer durability and longevity, as well as functionality with multiple configurations and decking options. Virtually maintenance-free Portadoc systems will keep you in or on the water all summer long. Visit your local Portadoc dealer, and welcome to where the land ends and the summer fun begins. Dvorak's Docks, Highway 45 in Elko. Tomahawk Sports Center, North 4th Street in Tomahawk.
Here's why it's smart to custom order your Ford SUV. We'll get to making it right away. You'll get an extra $500 order bonus, plus incentive protection guaranteeing you the best offer now or at delivery, and the features you choose. Want an EPA estimated 440 miles per tank in an Escape? A 12-inch touchscreen in an Edge? You got it in a Ford built your way. Order your new Edge or Escape SUV to lock in this special Flex Buy offer and get $500 retail order bonus cash.
Mel's Trading Post, a downtown Rhinelander landmark locally owned for over 70 years. Get your spring and summer sporting goods with ease from our experienced staff and get expert advice. Come down and see our great selection, open 7 days a week for your convenience.
The St. Germain Brewing Company opened its doors earlier this month. Owner Rich Reinke had the idea of opening a brewery in 2020. While working for another brewery in the Northwoods, he started to look around for a place to call his own. Reinke didn't plan on settling in St. Germain, but he says in hindsight, it was meant to be.
I had actually looked at this particular property, but kind of felt like it was outside my wheelhouse at the time based on the fact that opening this brewery was more of a proof of concept to start with. And so I really didn't want to get that vested into it without knowing that, you know, the demographics were going to work. It was going to work here in town.
Reinke says since the doors opened, business has been great. He says almost every day they've been open, the place is packed with people, especially this past Memorial Day weekend. The brewery is dealing with staffing shortages right now, but Reinke says customers have been understanding.
They've been really understanding that, you know, we are short-staffed and that, you know, maybe it's going to take a little longer to get that drink, maybe it's going to take a little longer to get that appetizer food order out to a table or to the bar, but everyone's been really supportive in that. So we're grateful for that.
Reinke hopes to expand their brewery by adding outdoor seating this summer, as well as open the dining room inside. We'll be right back after the break.
This portion of News Watch 12 brought to you by Nicolay Law Accident and Injury Lawyers.
What's the perfect way to spend a summer afternoon at your lake home? On a pier made by Pier of the North. We're making a splash with time-saving piers because you deserve more ways to play and enjoy summer days. Made in St. Germain, come and visit us.
Oh, love that Chevy Blazer. That's our next SUV. Love that Equinox. That's our next SUV.
Nice Trailblazer.
It was love at first sight. What?
The Chevy family of SUVs. Find new options. Find new roads. It's Chevy Sport Utility Spring. Well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing or get a $1,000 cash allowance on all 2022 Equinox models. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
My company's worked in cities all over America. Minneapolis, south side of Chicago, and right here in Milwaukee. In neighborhoods just like this. We've witnessed the surge in crime, the radical driving, the theft, and shots fired. Politicians talk about crime. We've seen it firsthand. As governor, I won't tolerate it. Tony Evers, he blames the police, coddles criminals, stood by as Kenosha burned. I'm Tim Michaels. I'm not a politician. In the Army, I swore an oath to keep America safe, and that's what I'll do for Wisconsin.
If you're ready to sell or thinking of buying, Northwoods Realtors are ready to help. Local realtor professionals are knowledgeable on our unique market, and a multiple listing service maximizes exposure for the benefit of sellers and buyers alike. Visit upnorthmls.com today to view properties for sale or to find a realtor who can help you sell or buy in the beautiful Northwoods.
Birchfield Nurseries of Rhinelander has been servicing northern Wisconsin since 1950. Birchfield Nurseries grows all of their own plants, and you will always find healthy, hardy, and well-maintained plants. Let their experienced staff answer any of your landscaping questions. They also handle shredded bark mulch, compost, and topsoil. For all your lawn care needs, they carry sod, premium gas seed, and lawn fertilizer. Consider one of the professional landscape crews to do the work for you. If you want experience with quality, call Birchfield Nurseries.
What's the perfect way to spend a summer afternoon at your lake home? On a pier made by Pier of the North. We're making a splash with time-saving piers because you deserve more ways to play and enjoy summer days. Made in St. Germain, come and visit us.
All right, gents, Eagle River 4th grade students had a full day of explorations in the UP recently. The students visited the Adventure Mining Company in Michigan, where they learned about erosion, weathering, mining, minerals, different types of rocks, and so much more. Have you guys ever been in a mine before?
Never in a mine. I've been in a cave, but no mines.
No mines. Okay, what about you, Conrad?
Yeah, I have as a little kid, but I mean, you know, such a long time ago. I barely even remember it, but hopefully they were mining for some Bitcoin because it's a perfect time to invest the dips. And speaking of dips, temperatures are going to be dipping out there tonight. We'll be down into the 40s after 80s out there today, so nice and enjoyable weather. But yes, we are cooling down out there. A cold front has passed by, and now we'll continue to cool off into the 40s tonight. At least we have some partly cloudy skies out there, but check out the next week. Below average temperatures will be continuing into the weekend and once again into beginning of next week.
I just have to say, do not take any financial advice from any three of us, especially this guy. Thank you for joining us on Newswatch 12 at 10. We'll be back tomorrow.